Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel, and if you want to know how to make one of these fans to go on your RC car, then stay tuned. Right guys, thank you for coming back to the channel. This is a little video on how to make yourself a fan to go onto probably any application, and these are a 40mm fan. That's the model number there, if you can see it. So if you want to just search those, it's up to you, but I'm fed up with paying expensive money for fans that break very easily. So I watched a video by Hardcore RC, and Dave Lee done a really good in-depth description of how to build one of these fans for yourself. So I thought, okay, let's order some of these bits up, let's have a little go and see how easy it is. Now I've got one on my car which I'm going to show you working, and I've got another one here that I've made, and I'm going to show you how to make one right now. So first of all, I'm going to get your fan. So these are from AliExpress, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to Hardcore RC in the description at the bottom, and when you click on his page, he'll give you all the places where you need to go to purchase these and how much they are, and there's a link there to take you straight to it. So I'm going to show you how I've put it together. So you only want the black and the red. So we don't need this plug on the end here. We want to trim this down. So we only really need about that much. So let's snip that off there. Put that to one side, and now take out the blue and yellow. So we don't need those, so we trim them off out of the way. That's done. So now we've got that part there. So heat shrink tubing, got this off of eBay. Also on the description that I'm going to link it to at the bottom. I think that was about £1.50. So for a box of these, it's about £1.50. We've got the JR male connectors, and they come in a pack of about 10, I think it was. That was about £1.80, £2, something like that. You're going to need some M3 by 35mm button head screws. I'll just pop one of those out for you to have a quick look at. So just make sure it's the button head. So we'll leave one of those there. And these HPI ones, I think these came in at about £2.50 for a pack of, how many was in there? 10. So a pack of 10. So let's put those to one side. Let's put the other screw to the other side. And you can get like a metre of this wire sheath. Wire sheathing. And I think this came in at probably about £1.50, something like that. So there's plenty there to do what you want to do, and carry on from there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a little bit of heat shrink over here just to tidy this up and keep it out of the way. Let's get my lighter. And that's going to keep it nice and tidy. Right, so let's strip out these cables. There we are. So one thing I did learn from doing the other two is try and get these at the same length. So when they're a little bit wonky, which they're a little bit off, so let's cut those down, and we're going to strip those back. Give a little bit more on there. That's it, perfect. Perfect. So when they go into the actual plug itself, they go in equally and they're not kind of off to one side and a bit skew with. Give those a little twist. Now you take your little pin. Now these pins, nice and easy, they go on to the end of the wire and then they just crimp together. Slide that in there. So this first one crimped on there. I'm going to grab myself another one of these. I don't know if there's a special technique to doing this, but just take your time and get them crimped on there properly. So that's one side done. There we go. So that's those on there. Now I want to take these. This is the JR case for the pins, and depending on which way round, just double check which way your wires are going round, but red's normally in the middle and black's on the outside. So we'll transfer those around like that. And I'll do a double bubble here. Right, so now that we've got that in there, what we want to do is get a bit more of this heat shrink. Now something that's going to fit over your sheath. So I'm going to take this smaller bit because I want to run this down the bottom here. Right, so if you put this on first and then put the little plug on afterwards, it'll make life a little bit easier for yourself. Now you can pop those back out, or you can slide the connector up and through. So it will go like so. Slide that down. I'm just going to slide that down to about there. So just cover all those other little bits and pieces. Then we'll take a little bit of our sheath. Right about there. There. And that should do us about there. Dave suggested to just give the ends a little melt because it tends to fray, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to slide the plug through. Let's go this way. So this does open up a little bit, goes through nicely. we've got that through there where we want it. Now close all this up together, just tuck those little joins in there, and we'll just warm that up, string that up around there. And there you go, so that's all nice and neat down at that end, and that will still run up there. And if you want to, this little tab here, you can just break this little tab off and it will feed up and sit in that part there nicely. So we're going to do the same again on this end. So feed this over. This is going to be the trickier bit. I'm going to use a screwdriver to slide it through. Now this time we want to try and slide it over the sheathing at the same time. That, and we'll slide that back. I'm just going to run this just over the edge of the plug like that. Oh, we've got one little strand there poking back through. Right. Right. So then we've got it situated like that, so it's just sitting on the edge of the plug. And we'll warm that up and shrink that down. And there you go. So we've got our fan and our wire nice and neat like that one. What I was saying earlier, you can take that tab out. A little tab that's just there. If you want to, that just can snap off, and this can sit up like that, so it's nice and neat, and then you're ready to go. So if you're running on a Max 6, which I do, most of my cars have the Hobbywing Max 6 ESC, and this is the base plate, and these are from Alzar Racing. And this is a cover. Now, Dave Lee from Hardcore RC, he said they do plastic ones and they do metal ones, which he's got a link to both of those, and they sit over there and look very, very pretty. I've already done one, which I'll show you in a minute. And these mount straight onto your ESC, and they've got adjustability, so they move backwards and forwards if you want to have it sitting slightly away from something, or have a little bit of moving around. And then these bolt straight to it. So that's where your 35mm screws come in, because they'll go straight through there and straight into the base plate. So that's that. I'm going to pull the car over here. I'll start it up so you can hear it and see it running. Right guys, so this is my Kraton EXB. I'm running a Max 6 with a 1650 kV motor. I've got a 21 tooth pinion on here. Also I've got the McGregor full metal brushless servo, and this is what the finished product looks like. So once you've got the top piece on and the base plate, which fits nice and neat on there, tuck everything away. The wires you don't have to do stupidly long because they haven't got too far to go. So let's turn it on and see what it sounds like. There's loads of air coming out of there. And look. So that's blasting out of the bottom of this ESC here. You can see the way that sucks that down. And then blowing that away. Right. Really feel that, and loads of air blasting out of the sides, out of these vents here. So and there you have it. And that is how you make your own fan to go straight onto your Max 6. Now they do applications for like Max 8s, so smaller fans and smaller base plates. I'm going to put a link to Dave Lee at Hardcore RC, his YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find all the parts you need to be able to make this. If I remember correctly, these fans, the more you buy together, the cheaper it is through AliExpress. So I think they're coming at £3 something each, and obviously the more you buy, they knock a bit more off. And I had a coupon on there as well, so it came in even cheaper. I think the base plate was about £10, and I think the top here was about the same, and the plastic one's cheaper, I believe. But if you head over to Hardcore RC's video on this, he's got a price list and a link to all the places where you can get them. So I think all in all, to make one of these, so 10, 20, I think about £25, £23, £25 max, and you've got yourself a real nice sturdy fan on there with loads of spares to be able to make more. So you can't knock it. Great addition to have on there. It's going to keep it super cool, especially in the winter time, in the summertime. That's going to be amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that helps anyone else that wants to make their own fans. And as always, please hit the bell, like, share and subscribe. Help me get the channel going. I've noticed on the analyst on YouTube that 63% of people watching the videos aren't subscribed. So if you could just subscribe, hit the bell, share the videos for me, be much appreciated. And I've got something new coming to the channel next video, so keep an eye out for that. See you in the next one, guys.